Hello, this is Tushar Chande. Welcome to a discussion of a TrendSpider use case where I'll show you how you could trade the energy sector stocks with my CHATS, FAMA, and PALS indicators available on the TrendSpider.com website. Here's a quick look at my disclaimer to point out that there's risk of loss in trading and that past performance is not indicative of future results. So the energy sector has been strong for the past several weeks, and we will show how you could trade it using three of my indicators. The CHATS indicator to identify the strongest stocks in the energy sector, the FAMA indicator to identify breakouts or to use as a trailing stop, and the PALS indicator to use as a trailing stop. We will begin by building a scan using the CHATS indicator and the TrendSpider.com tools. CHATS is the Chande absolute trend strength, which varies from plus 100 to minus 100, and it measures the trend strength using many different time frames, indicators, patterns, and returns. So this is what the scan specification looks like in TrendSpider.com. We're using daily data, the CHATS indicator with 70 as the benchmark, and we want the value greater than 0. And we'll run it on the My Sectors directory, which has the sectors of the S&P 500 in it. Here are the results of the scan on 4/2/24. I've ranked them in descending order of the CHATS indicator. The energy sector Spider XLE had a trend strength of 100, which tells you that the sector as a whole is trending strongly. So now let's try to find the strongest stock in the strongest sector. This is the daily chart of the XLE energy sector spider. The uptrend is clearly visible. In the lower panel, we have the CHATS indicator, and now it's in the green region and at 100 or close to it for the past several weeks. The two bands set up are using the FAMA indicator with default values of 5, 30, 5, 9, 100. That tells you that the length of the average is changing between 5 and 30 automatically. The offset is changing between 5 and 9 days automatically. And then 1 means we're using ATR bands. 100 means we have a 100-day look back to calculate the average true range or ATR. And we're using 2x or 1x bands. So we had an initial breakout outside the 1x band, which then accelerated and was well outside the 2x band. So you know this is a major trend. And then we have confirmation with the CHATS rising above 70 and now bouncing around near 100. So this is what the scan of the entire energy sector looks like. We set it up for daily data with the CHATS index and a value greater than 90. We scan all the stocks in the energy sector. This is just a look at the first few stocks when I rank them in descending order of the CHATS indicator. The top ranked stock was Exxon Energy and so forth, and let's look at some of the charts. This slide shows you an overview of the results of the scan. This is the logic of the scan. These are the results of the scan ranked in descending order of the CHATS indicator. The top ranked stock here was ExxonMobil. This is what the ExxonMobil chart looks like. It has clearly been trending very nicely for the past several weeks. The lower panel here has the CHATS indicator, and that is now in the green region and near 100 for the past few days. And this is the FAMA band that we've discussed before, but this time with only a 1x multiplier. And it helps us identify that the breakout is indeed occurring and occurring very nicely because it's well outside the bands. So EGY was the second stock in our rankings. That's Valco Energy. This is again the default setup for FAMA. The breakout is very nice and easy to see. And you see that this breakout was so powerful that the CHATS indicator touched 100 and stayed there almost immediately after the breakout. So you can see that now we have multiple tools to confirm the breakout. And within the sector, it's very easy to see which charts are the most powerful. The EGY chart again. This time with the PALS accelerating stop, we have a 20-bar breakout, and the CHATS indicator is at plus 100, indicating a strong uptrend, and the trailing stop here accelerates nicely behind the rising prices. So you don't have to guess where the market may ultimately top out, because we don't know where that'll happen. But the trailing stop, which is accelerating nicely, will help you lock in your open trade equity. This is the daily chart of FANG, F-A-N-G, or Diamondback Energy, which was a little bit further down the list. Same configuration. You can see that the chats in the lower panel touched 100 pretty soon after the breakout, and then has stayed pretty close to the top of the range. This is the 1x default setup for the FAMA indicator. Clear breakout. Prices stay above the breakout and continue a little bit of a pullback here. So for those who are counter trend traders, you could have bought the pullback back down towards the moving average. This is Diamondback Energy again, but this time we have put the PALS indicator for the trailing stop. So let's say you got in here because you waited for the CHATS to hit 100, and now you can just follow along with this very nicely accelerating stop. So you don't have to pick a top. You don't have to worry about exactly when the market is going to top out, and you can protect your open trade equity with a stop that's responding pretty strongly and aggressively to this nice uptrend in the market. So this is an example of how you can combine a breakout tool measurement with a trailing stop measurement to protect your position. Thank you for watching. The tools are available on TrendSpider.com, and look for this link below if you want to get more information about the CHATS indicator.